in your awesome. Wanna roll? Awesome. Well, let's go. Awesome. Yeah. Hands in the sky like AWE. Some call me awesome. Some call me busy. Call me often. Gator on my shirt. What did it look awesome?
The Heat in Miami as we bring you an East. Conference contest live from the Miami American Airlines Arena. 2K Sports brings you this broadcast of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and with me, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. All right, presented by State Farm. Let's take a look at the Miami starting five. Wade and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh is out there with Haslem. And it's Chalmers in at the one spot. And for Miami, Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. LeBron James is out there with Haslem. And it's Bosh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
You know, the big three in Miami had a tremendous amount of success in year one. They didn't reach the 70-win mark, which I think was crazy for people to be talking about anyway, but they still managed to get 58 of them.
On defense, Miami. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he told me that they're facing a type of team that is one of the best at forcing opponents into defensive mistakes. He said, quote, physical errors are forgivable, but any mental lapse today is inexcusable. We have to be the smarter team out there. Kevin?
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Mark, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
Well, we'll see, Kevin. I mean, holding opponent shooting percentage down comes down to trust in your defensive scheme and then making the effort to challenge every shot.
Steve, what do you think?
Well, yeah, trust is a key word that Clark just mentioned, and I think the aggressiveness, you know, the ability to close out on shooters, make your rotations, but really challenge those shooters. That's going to be key.
And it's Miami's ball. And the dunk by LeBron.
Boy, that's the way to bang it, fellas.
Well, that's just par for the course for this guy.
So true. He's one of the league's best finishers, without a doubt.
Back to the Heat. 30 of those wins were at home. Very strong team, Steve, in Miami.
That home record was third best in the Eastern Conference, and I think they're actually looking to improve on that record this year. He has so much confidence, guys. What a finish.
Dishes it to Bosh. And blocked.
Still looking for their first basket. 5 misses to start the game.
And LeBron throws it down hard.
Just trying to wear them down here.
Yeah, the lead is just expanding right now. Just what you want to do when you've got a team down. Don't let them up.
Here's LeBron. Just over 3 minutes left. Whoa!
Well, we'll see if that shot breaks things open a little bit. It's been a slow start.
Hopefully that gets them on the right track here, Steve. You know, Kevin, by and large, the turnover score hasn't been that bad for them. I mean, they've only given up a handful. Bolster was in a really odd and tough position last season. Never before had there been a bigger free agent talent swing. And he was tasked with getting 3 huge superstars to mesh as a unit. He's done a nice job.
Passes to Bosh. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
So many things that this guy can do with the ball.
Back to Spoelstra because he was the first coach, Steve, to deal with that much talent. He had some very unique situations pop up along that road.
Well, he sure did, Kevin, and he had to coach that team under a microscope all season long. The basketball world was watching, and that Miami team went through some ups and downs. But in the end, I think Eric Spoelstra did a fantastic job, and he looks to be one of the bright young coaches in this league.
Well, here's a little factoid for you. With LeBron switched to Miami, guys, he was the first reigning MVP to change teams since Moses Malone back in 1982. Crazy stuff. And remember what happened when Moses Malone changed teams. That team, Philadelphia, went on to win the NBA title in '83.
With Dr. J.
Dr. J and Mo Cheeks. That was my rookie year. So I remember banging heads against those guys. Yeah.
What a time.
Miami has their hands full guarding against LeBron.
Already with 8 points and the 1 steal. Coming out and starting this one big so far.
You can tell how motivated he is to play well today.
Back to what you said about LeBron. Like you said, you just don't see MVPs want to change teams. They're happy where they are. Steve, you can probably talk about that too. It's rare.
It is rare. Shaquille O'Neal left Orlando for LA. Steve Nash left Dallas for Phoenix. Granted, those guys weren't on the same level as LeBron at the time, but it does happen occasionally. But hey, look, LeBron, probably the biggest athlete, biggest star in the NBA.
And it's Wade slamming it down.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some finesse to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
That's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. Pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
LeBron against LeBron. Bosh kicks to LeBron. Pulls up. And it's Miami with another. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man. And guys, with LeBron's size, I don't think he gets the most out of his post game. It's not something that he's developed down there. He doesn't have a go-to move, not a turnaround jumper or a jump hook. And as a result, he hasn't fully realized his potential yet.
Lays out of bounds, and they'll keep possession. Here's LeBron. He's got 12. Going back to LeBron and his size, there was talk when he came to Miami, Clark, that he would play, power forward, but is there a position maybe he cannot play?
Well, that's the thing with me, Kevin. His versatility is such that you have a lot of different ways you can utilize him. His size, his speed, his strength, his basketball acumen and IQ, all of that allows you to play LeBron where he can be most effective on a game-to-game basis.
Heads-up play, preventing the easy lay-in.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up, so he fouled him to force free throws. Wade's kind of started out last year, Kevin, in the playoffs rather slowly. But I tell you what, he woke up in a hurry after the first few games.
LeBron dishes to Chalmers. Shoots from 12, and the rejection by LeBron. Fast break, here they come.
You gotta wonder about the effort defensively. They did not get back there.
Yeah, you know what? A beautiful finish one way or the other. Oh! Come on now, I didn't see. Can you believe that finish? Oh, a little bit of flair and flavor at the end of it.
Oh, that'll be a fan favorite.
That was not your average typical dunk. A bit of a struggle defensively. They got to defend the hoop.
I'm not sure they could have gotten there anyway.
Goes up again. Misses the layup.
Well, he came away empty there, and that's a shot that should probably go down.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Here's LeBron.
You take a look at the makeup of the Heat and the offensive numbers last year. Not a ton of assists.
And LeBron throws it down hard. Here's LeBron. by Chalmers. The Heat leading by 6. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, one of the staples of the Heat's success last season was their defense. LeBron said, we start with defense, and if we get stops, then it's open court for us. Perhaps the biggest part of their success was their intensity and athleticism on the defensive end, turning into transition points on the offensive end. They are fearsome on the break, guys. Back to you.
All right, Doris.
Make no mistake about it.